Shalom Israel. We're broadcasting to you live off StreamYard, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We a few moments to momentarily sign in, check in, report in. All right.
But the new life got all eyes on me. Even then, what they talk about, got souls ride with me. They know I'm lethal. Got my reach. Said I was gonna get it. They gon' see. They ain't gon' believe. Can't stay out of my game now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train it go like a game now. I'm about to let my light shine. Piped up to the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dream. Baby girl, you squeeze ice cream and I need you. Better believe. See, man, look at my cheeks. Why you have to take money to me? Competition ain't free. I'm about to take them to the clique. They gon' get stars to press me. Feeling that star no best. These niggas ready, and I'm not impressed. I am from holding chest. But he having hard to text. Told you I'm hard to get. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at them so mislead. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck me and it. I'm being me. Drop a line up. Like a Bible. Prepare for the fallout. One way side what you talking about. Me and my nigga about to ball out. These little niggas better bow out. Tell them rank up to the fallout. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the window, want it on now. Don't give a damn about the track. Break a little nigga, you about to lose the day. Look, I got fools to pay. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Some of these fools ain't fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, they ain't hard to pray. You get dogs today, like the brother Sean told the hard way. Nigga, wait out of your league. Please believe. For the go live, got all eyes on me. Give it there what they talk about. Got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reach. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my body, you know I'm good to go. They want smoke, I'm a bitch naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. This my time. Way out of line, way out of bounds. Boy, you ain't know this in line. They know my flow is the vibe. I know it's gon' be stressed. I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. There's a crew running the girl. I should be a soldier. You should be my loaded. It feel like selling control of me. Spirit take over me, holding me high with it. Believe me, it's so when it go on my shoulder. And I see my soldiers and men don't play. He's spinning fake. He real, but I'm real. Fucking leader, I don't feel him. Fucking God, I don't feel him. Cut his eye, I'm about to kill him. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He cross that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope to keep it coming steady. You better believe it. Certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to test. Can't let this hard as hell. These people raise this nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this mail. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I would do hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing. You better believe. Cause they go live, got all eyes on me. Give it there what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe like that. Here come the boom. Look who just stepped in the room. Got soldiers in every direction. As long as they stepping in tune. I been all black with the crew. Watching Babylon fall to doom. Lord, know I'm ready, and I know that you know that hurt nothing deadly, but I am immune. These niggas talking through the home. That's a spot you been moving soon, and you been leaving surely. Still fucking with the angels that ain't still in force. Got a whole lot of zeal, I can't get it all. Plus I'm winning like I got a blue whip in orbit. Being one punch, bitch, I'm in the boy. See, I do these niggas like to do that to the dog. So that's why I bought a Glock I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Gotta keep it with me in some month. Got it on the cut. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the cut. If it ain't more worse, nigga, hot.
That's right, Israel. Priests and prophets, man. Of the Lord. We're the ISUPK, Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, went to 25th Street, Harlem, New York, man. Under Commander Junior Hanna. All right, today is Tuesday Brotherhood class. All right, I repeat again. This is Tuesday's Brotherhood class. Coming live from ISUPK Austin. All right, we're here to let the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that they are Israelites according to the Bible. Thus saith the Lord. And to come out of this world, man. Be not of this world. All right, change your hearts from loving this world. Your treasures await you somewhere else, man, when your king returns. And our fight is to fight for Yahweh, for them crowns of gold. We don't want no cowards in our camp. We are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. And we've been the home of the truth established, all right, since 1969 to bring all the Israelites back home together in one body, one spirit, and one heart, and one accord, man. All right. But today's title is Christians Can't Handle the Truth.
That's right.
All right. You Christians or Christianity believers, you too emotional to handle the truth, man. You are not willing to accept that the Most High is a man of war. All right. This Bible is warfare. There are tons of people that got their blood shed, man. And when the return of Christ comes, there will be many more of this blood shedding that's going to occur. So the priests and prophets are here to warn you, all right, to let you know that your king should not be mistaken, man, as this picture that you see in church today. That brings me to my first scripture. Let me not talk a lot, but let me let the scriptures talk for themselves, because this is what you Christians don't do, man. This is what you Catholic priests don't do. All right. Bible shop, I could read it myself. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Book of Hosea. The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
For what?
For lack of knowledge.
Our people are destroyed because they're in the Christianity. The what?
For lack of knowledge.
Our people are destroyed for joining Muslim mosques.
For lack of knowledge.
For joining Catholic priests and Catholicism.
For lack of knowledge.
For being in tune, going to college, studying theology.
For lack of knowledge.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because thou has rejected knowledge, man. Y'all reject the priests and prophets in the ISUPK. Y'all reject the truth, man, because you can't handle it. Right. You'd rather have some watered down, some sugar in your tank type of message, man. When your king is a austere man, all right? His voice moves waters. Now tell me what type of tone that is, man. That's not some, well, let's all just join hands and here's a cookie. Kanye West, you did good being Donald Trump's cookie. Yeah, I appreciate you. You know, that type of voice will not move waters, man. But these true priests and prophets that are ordained to teach, we want to be just like Christ, man. We want to walk in his footsteps. We want our voices to move water, man. That's why they call us a hate group. That's why they say we're a terrorist group, because we teach the truth. And you can't handle the truth. You can't handle a black messiah ruling over this earth, man. You can't handle a righteous leader. You'd rather some wicked leader be in rulership, controlling you, sending you to jail. Start that verse over, Baba Basham.
Oh my God. The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Wait, they say God loves everybody. What did they say?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So listen, man. It's time to stop having your hands like this, man, and start having your hands like this, ready to receive knowledge and wisdom, man. Because when you stop learning, that's when you start killing yourself spiritually, man. You have to know the men that you labor amongst, just like you have to know the women that you labor amongst. There's no way around having true brotherhood and having true sisterhood for the rest of your lives. It's a commandment, all right? It's a requirement that we love each other, that we love one another, that we stop calling a man that looks like you, a Puerto Rican and a Cuban, strangers, man. Y'all are not strangers. Y'all share this royal bloodline of being an Israelite, man. Right. Like we all do. That's a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. But if you reject the knowledge, what will happen?
I will reject you.
I will
also reject thee.
Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
That thou shalt be no priest to me. Because right now we're calling ourselves pastors, we're calling ourselves deacons, bishops, Catholic priests, cardinals, popes, prime ministers. What did it say? Thou shalt not.
Thou shalt be no priest to me.
Man, that's what's gonna happen, man. The Most High is gonna lift up your skirt. All right, he's gonna reject you because you are a coward, man. You can't handle the truth. You wasn't chosen to do this priest work, this mighty priest work, man, that you see all along this holy Bible. The hard work and dedication of hardcore brotherhood and sisterhood, man. That's what you lack. You lack the knowledge of being somebody that other people can look up to, man. Other people looked up to these priests and prophets. And the Most High don't want no weakness around him. Right. Nor does any of his angels. All right, go ahead.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of God, man. By gaining knowledge and wisdom and understandings. All right, the scriptures, I'm gonna paraphrase. It says, study to show thyself approved, man. You have to test everything by which it is in the spirit. You have to test these things. All right, and you can't test these things if you don't have the knowledge of it. You're gonna be thrust through, just like we was thrust through by learning this Christianity. A lot of y'all don't even know who started the Baptist church. But right here in the ISUPK, we studied enough to have that knowledge. We know that the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, started the Baptist church. So get yourselves up out of that madness of being oppressed by your oppressors, thinking that they will continue to rule over you forever, man. The Most High set the Israelites high above all people upon the face of the planet Earth. Right. It's up to us to grasp the knowledge and the understanding and the wisdom of who you really are, of why you were chosen, of why you were called. You weren't called to not be a priest if you're a man. You were called to be a priest. But if you reject the Most High, he will reject you from being a priest, man. You will forever be a foot soldier in hell, man, running around in circles, just like a zombie, lost-minded, lost tracked it, all right, consumed in a pit of fire. All right, you are killing the Most High's fire when you be disobedient to Him by forgetting the law of thy God. Go ahead.
I will also forget thy children.
And He will also what?
Forget thy children.
That doesn't sound like an all-loving God to me. This sounds like another commandment, man. This sounds like if you forget my law, then I will forget you, right? It says, thou shalt be no priest to me. And also it says, I will also forget thy children. This is letting you know the Most High ain't here to play games with you, man.
Right.
There ain't no way around him. You can keep running from him, but he will always be in your face, man. The Most High said he will visit those in their faces. Now, don't that sound like a nigga God to me? Y'all get with this truth, man. We're going to give it to y'all rough, rugged, and raw with no excuses. There's no room for you to get comfortable because you have to kill who you are to be able to become who the Most High needs you and wants you to be, man. It's only one way to be a vessel. You can't continue being yourself, and the Most High needs you to do something else, man. Be something, all right, for the Most High. And stop being selfish, all right? Christ was selfless. Somebody let me know, will a white Jesus ever save anybody besides himself and his own people? Because it looks like to me, they've already been saved and they don't need no salvation, man. The only people that need salvation are the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Right. And that's who our King died for. And what our King died for is to raise up priests and prophets of the Lord, man, to spread this truth. But Christians can't handle the truth. Your Christian pastor says it's still cool to barbecue that old pork weenie dog. All right, that glizzy. To barbecue that glizzy on that pit, man. Man. This is abomination to the Most High. Right. And we here to give y'all the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, that's what true brotherhood is. Giving you that wake-up call before the Most High cuts your lights off immediately, forever, from existence, and your children. All right? Bible shot, drop that. Let's go to Exodus. Bible shot, let me know when you're in Exodus. All right, let's go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 3.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Wait, slow that down. Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
It said, thou shalt. All right, a lot of y'all hear that thou shalt, and think it's only 10, man. You need to look far beyond the number 10. All right? It's more than 10. Verse 3 said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right. Right? This is a commandment that the old covenant should have stayed with, man. All right? The old covenant was broken. And guess what? You being a Christian, you following in the same footsteps of a broken covenant, man. Right. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But what do you have? You have Mother Mary, right? Then you have Christ, and then you have Enoch, and then you have Baal, then you have Baal. Do I gotta keep going? You got Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa Claus and came to your town before, man, and molested your children. Yeah. And you allowed that because you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth of an oppressor, right? Sitting your child on his lap, saying that you've been naughty or nice, trying to play like he's God. But this verse said what?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
You want to know another supercut that you Christians do? For you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? You put a God by the name of a president over the Most High, man. But this scripture said what?
Thou shalt have no other gods before
Oh,
me.
stop right there. I'm about to hurt their feelings. Y'all want to know what else y'all do that kindles the Most High's fire? This gonna hurt y'all feelings. Y'all celebrate y'all wicked, disgusting birthdays, man.
Right.
Y'all celebrate that like it really amounts to something, man. Look who gave you life.
Right.
Look who gave you the experience of breathing his air, man. Not the so-called oppressor that allows all these Babylonian traits and customs and culturistic things of his philosophy.
Right.
Yeah. Babylon means you serve other gods. And right now, America is little Babylon.
That's right.
They even have Babylonian movies, Babylon AD. What else? I can keep naming stuff, but we're not gonna go there. We're gonna give y'all this rough, rugged, and raw truth, man.
Right.
Because you Christians can't handle it. And we here to knock on the door of all you false prophets. All right? And allow you to be consumed like Elijah did to all these false prophets. All right? Let's get verse 4, Bakusha.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
So this is saying another thou shalt not. I thought it was just 10, 11, or 12. No, man. All the laws, statutes, and commandments will equal up to something over 600. And we're not talking about this 666 number, all right? Because that's another graven image that you worship. Yeah, you didn't think I was going to go there, did you? Yeah. So that 666 is just the number of people that are in rulership right now, oppressing us so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. All right? All you judges, all you police officers, all you politicians, mayors, governors, whoever, man. You amount to the oppression of the chosen children of the house of Israel, man. And we are not going to worship your graven images. In this house, we're going to serve the Lord. And that's in the Bible. Need I bring it to your attention? Go ahead.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above or that is in the earth beneath.
So that means you're not supposed to worship angels either, man. Y'all sitting around here saying Lucifer was a fallen angel and worshiping him, saying that Satan is Lucifer, worshiping him, saying mermaids, worshiping mermaids and octopus. What else? Y'all worship hammerheads, sharks, and golden calves. Hell, y'all worship a duck if it had one leg. That's how much of knowledge that we lack, man. That's how much we'd rather choose materialistic things over the Most High. And he will not deal with you, man. He's told you he will reject you, all right? He will not amount you to be an ordained priest at all, especially not in the ISUPK, all right? And he also said he coming after your children too, man. They got it coming because you wicked as hell, and you have spread them wicked lies to your children too. Just like we've all been through it, man. We all once came out of this hell. If you rocking this banner right here, man.
Right.
Sharing ourselves to the world. Becoming a true brother. Becoming a true sister. All right? That's what this fight is all about. That's the Armageddon that we're going through, man.
Right.
Getting all our people out of this world. Like the disciples say, man, I pray and I wish that all of Israel be saved. But we all know that Israel, aka Israelites, not the Jewish man, all right, not the so-called white man that is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
But we all know that the Israelites are stiff-necked brothers and sisters, man. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we are lost for the lack of knowledge. And a lot of us can't handle the truth. But I'll tell you who could handle the truth, man. Commander Junior Hunter.
That's right.
That's why we honor that brother for never dropping his sword. That's why we make sure that we bring our swords back wet, man. This is a warfare fight, spiritually, mentally, and physically, man. Our people out here dying in front of us, and all we do is pull out a phone and record it, man. That's hell. That's why the ISUPK is here, like the scriptures say, to be saviors, man. To be priests and prophets of the Lord, to stop people from making unto graven images, and to stop the likeness of everything of not worshiping the Most High, which is in heaven above, or which it is in the earth beneath. Baba Shah, start that verse over. I was paraphrasing.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath,
Right.
or that is in the water under the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself
Stop
to them.
right there. Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
But what do we do in the Muslim mosque, man? We bow down. What do you call it? The Krishna?
The cobblestone.
Copperstone. There we go. I don't know what Krishna is. But it's some other graven image.
Right.
All right, yeah, bow down to a rock, man. And what do you do in the Christian church, man? You get on your knees and you pray. To who? To Caesar Borgia? To who? Mother Mary? I know, and I've been to the Catholic churches, man. I was a trooper. I went in there to see how they would accept a priest, and they did not accept me at all. The Catholic priest looked at me and said, "Go that way." He just shooed me off like he knew my zeal belonged somewhere else, man. I was not getting on my knees. What did start this scripture over, Baba Shah?
Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Right.
nor serve them.
That's right.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Ooh-wee. Is he all loving?
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Man, it says thy Lord Israel, the God of Israel, is a jealous God.
That's right.
All right. Do you want to mess with anybody while they jealous? Do you want to mess with anybody's children while somebody is being jealous? But that's what you're doing. When you lock our brothers up on the border of the land that really belongs to them, man. You were making the Most High jealous. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
I told you, this is a nigga God that we serve, man.
Right.
He will visit even your children until the third and fourth generation of them, man, that hate him. He's going to repay them. All right? So if you hate the Most High, guess what's coming to you? Capital Metro. I know y'all seen how high that Capital Metro smacked that brother. Now you rolling and smoking Timmy. Yeah. I pray that you understand that you put down that blunt. All right? Swallowing that sword. As Captain Yatazar say. Stop swallowing swords, man. I know the truth is too hard for you to handle, man. Stop being a little kid putting pacifiers in your mouth. This ain't Don't Be a Menace on South Central while drinking a 40, man. We drink 40s like men. All right? We drink Coronas like men. Yeah, Casamigos, all that. But we don't overdo it, man. And a lot of y'all are overdoers from this drug called Christianity. A lot of y'all overdo it. Y'all don't even know the truth behind it. All right? Y'all don't even know why the oppressor read this book thoroughly to go against you, man. To put crawfish on your plate, to put lobster on your plate, man. Man, get with the program. We are lost for the lack of knowledge by eating catfish, tuna fish. You can't handle the truth. You like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I just had some shrimp. Man, I ain't putting that shrimp down. Well, listen, the Most High will put you down.
That's right.
That's who you need to worry about. You worrying about this voice, but I'm talking about a voice that moves things with a whisper. And all the angels are saying, Khan, I don't want Khan, sir. He's a traitor. He is not loyal to you. Take the time to actually serve the Most High, man. Take the time to actually love your brothers and sisters. Because it ain't no way but doing it the right way. All right. We learn how to do it the wrong way for so long that we think it's right, man. Well, guess what? It's only one right way. All right. It's three sides to every story. His and hers, and guess what? The truth.
That's right.
So understand and believe that, man. And understand and believe that we are serving a jealous God, man, that will visit your children from the third and fourth generations of them that hate him, man. Go ahead, read that next one.
Verse 6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And showing what?
Mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Listen, the Most High knew that it wouldn't be that great of a number. All right, because our people are stiff-necked and we like pulling the tail of the monkey that ran around in circles, man. Like that's fun and enjoyable enough than ruling over this world, man, righteously, having the world rejoice. That's why the Lord will only show mercy unto thousands. It didn't say millions, trillions, none of that. It said thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. In the ISUPK, we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We live this life. We're not out here boasting and bragging, being hypocrites, man. We love to do this work.
Right.
Because this is what's going to get us out of this condition, man. Being obedient, being real children of the Most High, and stop being adults to our fathers, man. He will forever be our father. It ain't no getting around it. Why are you trying to bulk your chest up with something that your arms are not long enough to box with, right, man? You might as well put your hoodie on and walk in front of that Capital Metro, man. And walk in front of that Metro rail. They're messing with the Most High or messing with his children that's actually keeping his commandments. I pray that you understand.
Right.
I pray that you understand, too, that we don't indulge in violence, man. But once again, the Most High is a man of war.
Right.
All right. And we made in the image to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments like the angels do. Now let's get it. All right, drop that. Let's go to verse 7.
Exodus.
Come, sir.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
So that means it ain't no such thing as no little naked white babies flying around, man, doing the Cupid shuffle. All right, doing the Orion's belt with the arrow. There ain't none of that, man. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Don't say that he had fallen angels that rebelled against him in heaven, because that's not biblical. It's not in the Bible. Just like you can never find Christ's birthday in the Bible, man. But you Christians can't handle the truth. Every December 25th, you're going to have a little baby Jesus saying that, oh, it's his birthday, but you worshiping Santa Claus at the same time. How double-minded can you be by mistaking that the knowledge is right in front of you? What did verse 3 say again, sir?
Exodus 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Man, listen, you Christians cannot handle this truth, man. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
Right.
But y'all still think Zeus is real. Y'all still think Medusa was real. All these mystical mysteries of a tooth fairy are real. All this stuff is fake, man. All this stuff is a distraction from you serving the Most High, man. From you not knowing that that God is a jealous God, man. It's a distraction. It's a distraction to overcome your thoughts and oppress you with it. But you don't have the knowledge of what's it called? Sympathy and empathy. You don't have a knowledge of that, man. You don't know when it's time to fight. You don't know when it's time to take flight, man. You don't know when it's time to blaze like these priests and prophets do in the ISUPK, man. That's our fighting flight right there. Are we going to fight for our brothers? Or are we going to catch flight on them, man? By blazing this fire that the Most High gave to us. With this zeal that he gave to us. By staying zealous in this truth, man. Now listen, if you're in the ISUPK, don't go nowhere. You right here where you belong, man.
That's right.
Dwelling with the spirit of the Most High. Dwelling in the right spirit that Christ taught us to be in. Christ taught us to be in the right spirit at all times. Right. And if it ain't in the right spirit, go get you some counsel, man. Go get that counsel from Commander General Yohana's men that he rose up to do this work, man. Right. Because you need it. Because you can't handle the truth. But I tell you what, you don't get that counsel from somebody that's experienced all the madness, trauma, and bullcrap that's been around them. You're going to talk to somebody that's experienced. All right? And it's going to come directly from the Lord. Right. But you Christians can't handle the truth, man. Y'all too selfish. Y'all know everything. But the scriptures say, no man knoweth, I'm going to paraphrase, no man knoweth everything. He is a liar. Only God knows. All right? I'm paraphrasing. If I have to pull the scripture, then so be it, man. Because it's right here in this book. But y'all don't have the knowledge of this book, man. Y'all have the knowledge of immaculate conception, emasculating men, women teaching the Bible. Anything else? It's good night. The list goes so long.
Praise
dances, rain dances. Oh, so it was also like the Trinity doctrine. Oh yeah, the Trinity doctrine. Good night.
Prosperity doctrine.
Prosperity. Exorcism.
Exorcism.
The law is done away with. Yeah, the law is done away with. Good night. Christ is white. Right. Christ is a toga wearing, flip flop having type of dude. He wasn't a warlike man. Good night.
The laws are done away with, but you gotta pay tithes.
Yeah, the laws done away with, you gotta pay tithes. Come as you are. Yeah, man. Child of molestation. Don't forget that.
Crawfish bowls after church service.
Right.
Pork chop dinners after church service.
Homosexual drums.
Homosexual choir director. Jerry Curl wearing choir director.
That brings me to this.
Big
like, nah, don't sweat, man. We here to give them that truth, man. Let me get Hebrews chapter 13. 17, Bible shop. No, start at 16. Yeah, man. This game is gonna go on as long as you continue to allow it, Israel. This game will forever torment you because you can't be who you truly are. All right, you have to have a smooth cut, or you have to dress business like instead of wearing what the Bible tells you to wear. You can't be who you are in this world, man. Christ said, "Know that they hated me first." Anybody got that scripture?
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
So this is telling you twice in one sentence, man. To do good, how can you do good? It's to communicate. Well, how you communicate? Well, don't forget to communicate. Forget it not, man. To do good to your brothers and sisters, man. Go ahead.
For with such sacrifices,
Stop right there. And to help each other out, man. That's the sacrifices that the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians forgot to do, man. Make sacrifices. Your king, Yahweh Shah, made sacrifices, man. AKA Jesus Christ. His disciples made sacrifices to help out the Israelites. Go ahead.
For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased.
For such sacrifices, what?
God is well pleased.
So when we did the mission to Cunha, what?
God is well pleased.
So when we did the Kentucky 8,
God is well pleased.
so when we just did the cookout in California,
God is well pleased.
Good night. This is the 53rd annual Passover, and we telling all Israelites to come together and be in one body, man. In Cocoa Beach, Florida.
That's right.
And what? God.
For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased.
Man, we got the Feast of Purim coming up, man. And what?
For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased.
Man, and that is what will please God, man. Once we come together and unify and stop worrying about these distractions and start looking at our history, living it and learning it constantly so we can't be penetrated or infiltrated or better yet breached. All right, every other organization has been breached. There's been an informant and all that. But now ISUPK, we're not drug dealers anymore. We're not killers anymore.
Right.
All right, we put down that old wicked bastard to become that vessel, to become that spirit that the Most High needs us to be in. And what? God is well pleased. Oh, you started for which?
For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
All right, obey them that have rule over you, man. When y'all go to these Christian churches, y'all don't sit up here and argue while your pastor is teaching, man. Y'all don't sit up here and try to debate him from his lies and his deception and him having sex with the choir rehearsal. Y'all don't debate that. Go ahead.
And submit yourselves.
So y'all need to obey them that have rule over you, man. We are priests and prophets of the Lord. The ISUPK is the army of the Lord.
That's right.
And the home of the truth. And y'all need to obey them that rule over you and submit yourselves, man, to these laws, statutes, and commandments that God sent forth for the priests and prophets to enforce, man. Because nobody else is going to enforce them.
Right.
Everybody else is going to say, it's okay for a man and man to have sex. It's okay for a woman and woman to have sex. It's okay for them to get married and them to, adopt children and mess up their lives and, eat shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, tuna, smoke some crack while you're at it. It's cool. Just come as you are. Go ahead.
For they watch for your souls.
For the ISUPK,
Watch for your souls.
for the men above us,
Watch for your souls.
listen, we watch for your souls, man. That's why we out here, boots on the ground, trying to raise these dry bones.
Right.
We out here watching for y'all souls. We out here trying to warn y'all that the Most High is a jealous God and He will visit your children, man. To those that hate Him, from even the third to the fourth generations. All right, we are those angels that you've been looking for,
That's right.
but y'all don't understand that. Y'all think a motivational speaker is what? They that watch.
They watch for your souls.
No, those motivational speakers are the ones that hate the Most High. They're the Pharisees.
Right.
They're the, what's the other one? Sadducees, Lagia. That's who y'all think watching over y'all souls, man. Go ahead.
As they that must give accounts,
Go ahead.
that they may do it with joy.
Listen, the ISUPK watches over y'all souls, and we do it with joy, man.
Right.
Whether you want to accept the truth or you want to have that lack of knowledge, it's up to you. We're not going to force you to be in the ISUPK. The Lord didn't choose you to be a priest. That was the first precept of the day, man. So why you think I went here? Because I want to do good and communicate and forget not. Slaki, go ahead.
And not with grief.
And not with what?
And not with grief.
And I want to communicate with joy and not do it with grief, man. You just seen a smile on my face with my brothers. We don't do it with grief, man. We ain't out here promoting violence, promoting the next drug deals. We out here trying to save and watch over your souls, man, like the Most High commanded us to do. Because a lot of cats are getting led astray by a wolf in sheep clothing, by pastors and deacons and priests and whoever you want to call, man. That's not in the ISUPK. All right, yeah. Whoever is not in the ISUPK, we don't teach false doctrines. We read precept upon precept, line upon line. It's here a little, it's there a little. But are you willing to handle the truth? Or you want to be Christian and you just can't handle the truth? You already got a church and you solidified, you done got baptized, in the water though, right? Yeah, you ain't go through the fire, but you went through the water. Okay. Go ahead.
For that is unprofitable for you.
But being baptized in the water is what?
Unprofitable for you.
Listen, man, if you ain't ISUPK, you are in the way. Point blank, period. All right? It's an order that you have order, man. And the men above you obey somebody that's above them. All right? They watching over your soul. It's plain and simple. Read the scriptures as they are. Study them with true priests and prophets so you can get the breakdown. Because if you go outside the ISUPK, you're going to mess around and get the breakdown, man. You're going to mess around and get somebody that looked at one of these YouTube classes and be like, man, I think I can do it myself. That's what you're going to get. Slacking. You got anything? You got anything you want to add? Before we go to the next. All right. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18.
Isaiah 14 and 18.
About sure. I'm sure I get it. Hey, y'all bear with me for a minute. You know.
14 and 18.
About sure.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Keep going.
Verse 19. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword.
Stop right there. What is this talking about? This seems violent, doesn't it? Let's go to verse 1. Let's see what this is talking about. Stay where you at, though.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Unto who?
On Jacob.
Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
No, he's going to choose the whole world.
Choose Israel.
It says he'll have mercy on Jacob and will choose who?
Israel.
Man, this looks like the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
Dang, now the Lord gonna set them in their own land? Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the strangers shall be joined with them. Now you seeing what verse 18 is talking about. Keep going.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. Anybody? Let me get cleave. Bible Shah. Anybody got a definition of cleave right quick? You know what I'm saying? This is how you study right here, man. You can't just start in the middle of a chapter and say that you got the understandings, man. You got to read from the chapter on down to understand what's going on. But your pastor ain't going to do that, man. He going to pull a scripture because he can't handle the truth, and he going to make it out to be something that he want to do for his agenda because he was told to do it that way. Oh, yeah, Bob. He go to Zonovan right here. Yeah, let's just get to Google so we don't waste time.
Okay.
All right. This is your starter packet in Israel. Zonovan Bible Dictionary, the Apocrypha, and the Holy Bible, man. King James Version 1611.
That's right.
Before you get that definition, to all the brothers that's tuned in, Shalom Yahabashim Yahabashah Barakathon. To all the sisters checked in, Shalom Yahabashim Barakathon Bashim Yahabashah. What you got, Babu Shah?
Cleave. Definition of cleave. To stay very close to.
To what?
To stay very close to.
So all other strangers shall be joined to them and stay very close to the house of Israel. Go ahead.
To stick closely to something.
Let me get verse 2. We're gonna stop at verse 4 and go back to 18. Babu Shah.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Stop right there. Didn't it say cleave unto Israel? Or Jacob? Cleave unto the house of Jacob? Now the Lord is showing you how they're going to cleave, man. All right? They're going to take us and bring us to the land, right? And the house of Israel shall possess them. What is possess? If you possess something, don't you own it? Oh, I possess a pair of shoes. I possess a watch. It means it's yours. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's for you, Israel. Your rulership awaits you, but you can't handle the truth, man. Aren't you tired of being handmaids and servants? Because it's not for you. All right, we are destined for greatness. We have a royal bloodline, and it's running through us, and it's been on fire since you were born.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were,
We was under everybody's captive. And it says whose captive they were,
and they shall rule over their oppressors.
and we shall rule over our oppressors that had us captive. But we have to come into the knowledge of knowing these laws, statutes, and commandments and showing true brotherhood and sisterhood, man.
Right.
And allowing the Most High to work through us and with us, man. We can't keep turning our back on the Most High, man. All right? You will be thrust through, like verse 18 says, man. Slakia. Verse 19 said. All right? So now we're going to drop down to verse 12.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
So this is asking the question, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Go ahead.
Son of the morning.
Lucifer is just a title, man. All right. Lucifer is a man that has been shining, weakening the stars, man. The Israelites. That's who's oppressing us, saying that he was a fallen angel. It never said a fallen angel. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven? Now we finna get to a little more questioning. Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
Go ahead.
Which didst weaken the nation.
So this is explaining Lucifer has always been right here on earth, which did is weaken all the nations. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
So he said in his own heart, right, that he will ascend into heaven. Lucifer and Satan are not the same person.
Right.
Lucifer is an angel, okay, a angel that works for the terrible power. I said Lucifer. Salakia. Satan is a terrible power that works for the terrible power. All right. He is a big brother that does a lot of chastising to the weak, man. All right. And he works through our oppressors because the Most High uses our oppressors as a whipping stick, man. All right. Now it's explaining how have you said in your own heart, Lucifer, I will ascend into heaven. All right. You were never what do they call him? The most beautifulest angel in heaven that played the choir, whatever. That's not in the Bible. This is the only time that Lucifer is mentioned in the Bible. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Go ahead.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of heaven.
So he said, I will ascend into heaven and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Like I was saying earlier, the stars of God is what we read to you in verse 2, man. But we've lost that. We've lost that fight and that fire of having these other nations as our handmaids or servants. So old Lucifer exalted himself and was like, man, I'm gonna sit in their throne. They don't want it. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
Ooh, we sitting unto the mount of the congregation. Who's the congregation? Ain't like the religions and the churches congregations. Go ahead.
In the sides of the north.
On the sides of the north. Where we at right now? North America. What hit the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians so hard in the north? Christianity, false doctrines, Lucifer being Satan and a fallen angel, all these wicked blasphemies. And all we're trying to show you is the truth, man.
Right.
Drop down to verse 16, Bible Shop.
Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man?
Stop right there. NASA, NASA. All right, Big Brother Satellites. That's Lucifer's best friend, man. He tries to be everywhere and tries to act like the Most High, man. He even has the Africans probably thinking that they got a third eye. I don't know. I don't really care. It's not my culture. But the thing that I'm trying to show you is we're gonna narrowly look upon him, man. That's how it's gonna be. All right. No more calling Caesar Borgia Jesus Christ, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. All right. We need to lift up the skirts of these oppressors, man, so they could be our handmaids and servants. So we can show them what it truly looks like to serve the Most High instead of trying to be like the Most High, man.
Right.
Trying to sit on the thrones above the stars of God, man. All right, we are princes of the power. Yashra'Allah. What do you think Israel means? It doesn't mean be an Israeli. That's some made up nonsense, man. That's some, what they call it, Yiddish. You're right. Good night. Go ahead.
Saying, is this the man that made the
Is this
earth?
the what?
Is this the man?
No, he was an angel.
Is this the man?
Okay, he was a fallen angel.
Is this the man?
It doesn't say nothing else, but is this the man? All right, Lucifer is the man from a Babylon nation, man, of the so-called white people. Point blank, period. Go ahead.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Man, that's what we're going to look at him, narrowly saying. Is this the man right here? Well, we got something else for you, Mr. White Man. Give me verse 21.
Verse 21.
This is what the Most High is jealous about. Because you chose to want to be a god by saying Apollo was a white man. Pelis, what's his name? The one on the flying horse that fought the Kraken. Pegasus, Olympus, Julius Caesar, all these wicked oppressors.
Right.
Y'all said that they were gods, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
The Most High said, prepare slaughter for all your iniquities. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, man. Prepare slaughter. It ain't time for you ever to rule again, man. Prepare slaughter. We living in the last days. This little bug has swept your economy, has swept your heart and your mind. You have no leg to run on. The Most High is dealing with you in your face, man. He is visiting your children. All right? And he's exactly telling you like it is, preparing slaughter for your children, man. They right here because you got away with murder, because you got away with rape, because you got away with the slaughter of our Native Indians, of our Hispanic brothers, of our Judites, of our Levites out there in Haiti, man. You've gotten away with that. So the Most High is preparing slaughter for you. Go ahead. That they
do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So this is your destiny right here, man. Preparing slaughter. All right? To never rise again. To say that you will exalt and sit on the throne of the Most High's children, man. That's your destiny. For your lies, for your blasphemy, for your religions. But you Christians can't handle the truth. Y'all still gonna say that Lucifer was a fallen angel. Y'all still gonna say Enoch deserved to be in the Bible. Why wasn't he in the Bible? Y'all never gonna pick up the Apocrypha. Because y'all think Alexander the freak, right? Alexander the Greek, the homosexual, was a god too. When you can't even look at your brothers and see that they are the righteous rulers of this earth, man.
That's right.
That the ISUPK has to come on every week teaching brotherhood class, teaching biblical law class, holding camps, holding Sabbath service to help you gain the knowledge that you don't reject it. That one day you get in sloggy, I was about to use profanity. That you'll get in uniform, man. That you'll get into the protocol of these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. Listen, this one gonna be a long class. I want to cover a lot in a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all joining us today. Make sure you comment. You know, if you got any questions, ask questions. And with that, we're gonna get the security announcements.
I got it.
I got my son Chris.
We are the ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, their teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashur, 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever money amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Upcoming holy convocations. This will be Purim, the 14th day or the 15th day of the 12th month. This falls on Monday, the 14th of February, and Tuesday, the 15th of February, 2022. You can look and find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. All right.
Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Passing the class back to Officer Thamaki.
Man, Most High Christ. We appreciate y'all joining. You know what I'm saying? With the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hanna. And courtesy salute to all my brothers. Shalom Yahaba, Shalom Yahaba, courtesy salute to all my sisters. Shalom Yahaba, Shalom Yahaba, Shamarathon by Shem Yahshua. All right. All right, we're gonna tune out with some classical hits from the ISUPK. Yeah. Boy, this
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like in there for life. All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on rest for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippler. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I'll tell you once. Don't pray for nothing. Sin and curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to his partner. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fucking raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never tried to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. I stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Give talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ass shit. Oh, I'm with step up, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with you. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop, and ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. No